Hello everybody, this is the long-awaited tutorial for our new EDGE Scalper 3.0, an upgrade from our previous 2.0 and a substantial upgrade from our original version of EDGE Scalper. The biggest complaint that we've had over the years for EDGE Scalper, it works, but it's very complicated and hard to understand. It's got all the little lights and gizmos and things that blink and don't blink and go on and off. This version is completely easy to use and completely easy to understand. So I'm going to walk you through it. EDGE Scalper basically consists of three parts. You've got the PBT data, which is over here on the right. That's the aqua blue lines for each currency pair. You can see from left to right we've got all 17 currency pairs that we normally trade. The second part would be the global trend value. That's very important for both scalpers and day traders. Even swing traders for that matter, and that's the purple that you see for each currency pair. So I want you to focus on those two items as we go through the movie. The other three are considered secondary confirmation, and we'll talk about how that works in just a minute. Everything that we had in our previous version of EDGE Scalper, that's EDGE Scalper 2.0, is boiled down into this aqua blue line. So it's very easy to use. Basically, when this line gets up here in the dark green or the dark red, you enter a trade. It really is that simple. We couldn't have made it easier, and it's extremely accurate. If you look down here, or look over here right now at the Euro USD, you can see it's getting up in the green. This is not a sell signal. It has to be up here in the dark green. We just have the chart shaded so you can kind of see where things are. You know, when they're in the gray area, market's doing what it normally does. It's fairly unpredictable. It's just kind of bouncing around. Once it starts to overextend, you've got a trade. We'll talk about why we have these shaded areas in just a minute. So remember, the basic idea behind a trade is if the aqua blue area gets down here in the red, you buy that currency pair. So for example, if the dollar CAD got all the way down here, as soon as it touched this dark red area, we would buy it. If the euro dollar went up here to the dark green area, we would sell it. And you're going to hold these trades for 5 to 10 pips, depending on what the market's doing. If you're going to try for a little bit larger target, like maybe 15 or 20 pips, once you get to about 5 pips, you're going to want to push your stop to break even. It's that simple. So the second part that I talked about, the global trend value, that's the only condition that you have to watch on this chart. And right now the market's really quiet, so I grabbed some screenshots to kind of explain how this works. So this is a screenshot of EDGE Scalper when the market is really active. And you can see two examples on this page, actually a few, but here is a buy signal, here's a buy signal, and here's a buy signal. There are two conditions. If the global trend value is in the red or the same color as the aqua blue, right? So in other words, see how the purple is right here in the red along with the aqua blue? We wait for one of these three secondary confirmations to hit the red before we buy it. So this would have been a buy signal for the Aussie yen because we finally got this secondary confirmation. In this case, the scalping trend value got down to the red. I actually just missed it, but it got down to about here when I tried to capture the screenshot. So it was in the red. This is a valid buy signal for the Kiwi yen because the purple is not in the red and the aqua blue is overextended. This is a valid buy signal for the Aussie dollar because the purple is not in the red and the aqua blue is overextended. But remember, you're scalping against the trends, so you're not going to want to be greedy on these trades. You're going to want to get out as fast as possible. And you can actually see, oh, I did capture it. You can see that the short trend value pushed all the way down. So it gave us further confirmation that we could enter this trade. And actually, this is an excellent trade here because we've got the Aussie dollar. Purple still isn't in the red, but we've got dual confirmation. So this would have been the best trade on this page to take. But you could have taken this one as well. This would have been a great trade to take, the Kiwi dollar. And even over here, we've got the pound Aussie. You could have sold the pound Aussie because the purple is not in the green. And now I captured the next screenshot about 20 minutes after all this took place. And you can see the market completely flipped and went in the other direction. And now we've got an excellent sell signal on the Aussie yen. So we would have bought the Aussie yen. It would have rallied. I think it rallied about 35 pips. We would have gotten out way before that. Remember, we're not getting greedy on these scalping positions. Take anywhere from 10 to 15 pips max, maybe 20 if the market's really active, and then get out. And then the market overextends and goes in the other direction as it consolidates. This doesn't always happen, but it will sometimes. And this is what I consider a golden opportunity for the new X Scalper software. Right now, the aqua blue line is up here in the dark green, but the purple, you notice, is pointing in the opposite direction. This is what is known on our forum as a trend scalp, because you're going to, in this case, you're going to sell. In this case, it's the Aussie yen. You're going to sell the Aussie yen back in the direction of the global trend, because X Scalper is telling you that this pair is overextended, ready to bounce. So you can sell it. It's up here in the green. But the global trend is telling you that it's to the downside. So this one, you're probably going to want to push this one to break even after 5 to 8 pips and see if you can get a few more pips out of it, because it may keep dropping in the direction of the global trend. And I tried to capture charts at the same time, and I should have some of those available later. But that's the basic idea behind this. This one actually did go a little bit lower. It dropped about 50 pips after this opening. So that, again, that's the very basic idea behind X Scalper 3. Very, very simple to use. So don't try to overcomplicate it. Remember, you can pause this movie, rewind it, replay it, whatever you want to do. But just remember, there's basically 3 parts to this. There's the aqua blue line, which is X Scalper. Basically, all of the X Scalper data boiled down to one line. Very easy to use. And then we've got the global trend value. Make sure that when you're entering a trade, go back to those pictures, if the global trend value is overextended, if it's in any of the red or any of the green, you've got to wait for a secondary confirmation. One of these 3 lines has to be overextended before you enter your trade, in addition to the aqua blue line. And like I said, here's a good example of that. This would have been a good indication to go ahead and buy the Aussie yen. Hopefully that answers all of your questions. Like I said, it's really simple. Please don't overcomplicate this software, because there's really no need. It really is as simple as it looks, and it's very, very accurate. We'll release this to you guys probably within the next couple of days, and you can see it for yourself live. I can't stress enough how easy this is to use. So that's it. If you have any questions after we release the software, please feel free to hit me on with a support ticket, and we'll get more information about some of our other products to you very, very shortly. Thanks.